Yo, what's up, guys? Great win for the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight, defeating the Carolina Hurricanes 5-1. Now, guys, another great win for the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. Third straight win for them, guys. Coming home from the road trip with a record of 4-2. Just a really positive way to end the road trip, guys. Finding a way to beat the Hurricanes, a really solid team coming into this game. Second in the Eastern Conference, guys. Second in their division, one of the top 5 teams in the East, if you guys ask me. So, really positive performance tonight by the Toronto Maple Leafs. And a great start for the Maple Leafs. 53 seconds in, of course, Craig Berube keeps the lines unchanged, of course. And this third line here with Bobby McMann, Nick Waugh, and Dakota Joshua has been absolutely spectacular for the Leafs in the last 3 games. After tonight's game, they are 13 points, guys, combined in the last 3 games. Just absolutely spectacular. Bobby McMann starts off the scoring 53 seconds in with a good shot on net there. Great breakout pass by Jake McCabe. McMann with a really good shot from a good pass there, guys. I think it was from Nick Waugh. And hits the post, comes off Freddie Anderson, goes right back in the net there to make it 1-0 Leafs. So really positive start for the Leafs in the game. And then after the game continues, Leafs were letting Carolina get a little bit of possession, have some shots on net there. Joe Wall was playing really well again tonight, guys. And then after the Leafs were able to get the puck in deep and it takes a weird bounce off the stanchion, Scott Laughton's able to pounce on it. He gets a goal for his second straight game. Really good job by Scott Laughton. I thought he had a really solid game tonight, so he gets on the score sheet as well. So he looked really solid tonight as well, guys, in this game. And the Leafs were playing solid hockey, guys. Solid defensive hockey. They were up 2-0. Okay, they took a penalty, and then obviously Carolina's power play has really struggled this year. They're right at the bottom of the league, like the Maple Leafs. So the Leafs PK was solid tonight. They were able to stop Carolina 3-for-3 again. But then a minute or so after Carolina's power play, the Leafs had the puck in deep. Cowan slipped, unfortunately, and then Carolina came in at an on-man rush, and Jarvis was able to score, but Cowan almost recovered, but Jarvis was able to get it to make it 2-1 and cut the deficit down to 1. But the Leafs were able to withstand, to keep it at 2-1, and then in the second period, that's when the Leafs offense opened up, and Matthew Knies, man, this guy here is such an impressive player to watch. He only gets better with time, and what a goal. He scores 5 minutes into the second period after Carolina was pushing the Leafs to tie the game up. Knies is able to dump that puck out with a nice little poke check, and he's able to get in, guys. He gets pushed, and then after he shakes off Sebastian Aho and then dekes out Freddie Anderson to make it 3-1. Like, Matthew Knies just showing his strength there, guys. Just absolutely incredible speed, skill, just strength. My God, just Matthew Knies is going to be such a premier forward in this league, guys. One of the best power forwards in this game that we're going to see probably since maybe Tom Wilson, maybe even better than Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson is a really good player, but I think Knies has the capability of being better than a guy like Tom Wilson. Knies, I think he could score 40 goals for the Leafs. I think he's capable of it. This guy here could give you a mixture of everything, man. So he has been really solid for the Maple Leafs, guys, to start this season. So really love the way Knies was playing in this game. And then Knies makes another great play on the fourth goal. Getting the stop there with his stick there, breaking the puck out to Domi and Matthews. Max Domi, great pass to Austin Matthews. Austin gets his second goal in 3 games. Domi gets his 5th assist in 3 games since being scratched. So Max Domi took that message, took it hard, seems. 5 assists in 3 games. Matthews, 2 goals in 3 games. That line there starting to click. You had the third line clicking, of course. So things are looking really, really positive for the Maple Leafs, guys, taking a 4-1 lead in that second period. Carolina had a power play or two, but the Leafs PK, like I mentioned, was able to stop it. Leafs had a couple power plays, but we all know the disaster that is the Toronto Maple Leafs power play. Of course, Carolina had some opportunities on the Leafs power play to freaking score. So it doesn't surprise me that the Leafs power play continues to struggle, of course. But then after we saw Bobby McMann at the end of the game get an empty net goal after the Maple Leafs had a really solid third period. I felt we all saw after the second intermission, of course. But Joseph Woll leaves the game after the second period. Guys, I bet you any money it's when Joe Woll made that stretch save with this blocker coming along the other side of the ice there. So I am not surprised that this has happened again. Joe Woll, I love this kid. Great goalie when he's on his game. But unfortunately, this kid is really, really brittle, and it drives me nuts. And without knowing what's going on with Anthony Stolars, he hasn't even hit the ice since like November 11th. So this is an absolute problem and a half. You know, Hildeby came into the game, made 9 saves. He was good, but to ask Dennis Hildeby to play an extended period of time is a big ask for a young player like Dennis Hildeby. So without Joel maybe being on for a while, no Stolars for a while, that's disastrous enough as it is. You don't have Tanev. Brendan Carlo had a setback, so he's out for a while as well. Maybe surgery as well on top of that. So things are not looking good for goaltending and some defensemen. But listen, at the end of the day, like I mentioned, 3 in a row for the Leafs. You come home 4-2 on the road after a 6-game road trip. You got a 5-game homestand coming up. You got a redemption game against the Montreal Canadiens after they embarrassed you not too long ago on Hockey Night in Canada. So Maple Leafs are feeling good right now. Craig Berube has found the third line that is absolutely solid right now. The first line's looking good. The quietest line was probably, I would say, the Nylander, Tavares, and Callahan. That was the quietest line. You know, Lawton did some good things on the fourth line, even though Lorentz and Robinson were a little bit quiet tonight. Just a solid game by the Maple Leafs. You know, the decor pairings right now, the D pairings are looking really good right now with Riley, Neckman, Larson, Stetcher, and McCabe, of course. And then you got Benoit and Myers. So right now, Berube's got to keep it the way it is right now. Leafs are looking decent. Obviously, it's a small sample size, guys. It's only 3 games right now, but 3 solid games by the Maple Leafs. So I ain't going to complain about it after the disastrous hockey we've been seeing by this hockey team the last 2.5, 3 months. So let's enjoy right now, guys. Let's see how they play on Saturday against the Montreal Canadiens. Going to be a big test. You know, let's get some redemption against that team after they embarrassed them, right? So it'd be great to see Matthews just starting to click on all cylinders now. Domi's getting assists. Nyes is looking great. Things are looking good for the Leafs now, guys. But with the goaltending issues, some defensemen obviously having some injuries, of course, things are obviously looking a bit dire in that situation. But let's wait and see how they do in this 5-game homestand coming up. Let's hope to God they can beat the Montreal Canadiens because, God, I hate losing to that hockey team, guys. So, guys, tell me your thoughts and opinions about this game tonight, guys. Click like if you like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Go Leafs, go as always, guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode of Leafs Unfiltered. Ciao, guys.